This is ExportEdge TV, and today we're covering one of the most serious and controversial stories emerging from the United States military and political sphere, developing situation that has sparked outrage in Congress, alarm among international law experts, and intense questions for the Pentagon. Let's break down everything we know so far about the Caribbean boat strike, the alleged survivors, and the follow-up attack that has now become a major political storm in Washington. The incident, what actually happened, on September 2, 2025, the US military conducted an airstrike on a small vessel in the Caribbean Sea, which officials claimed was linked to drug trafficking networks. The strike was part of a larger anti-narcotics campaign conducted under the Trump administration, a campaign that has already seen multiple air and drone strikes across the region. According to Pentagon reports at that time, all 11 people on board were killed in the initial attack. But now, new reporting from major US media outlets reveals a very different story. The revelation: survivors were seen alive. According to sources inside the Department of Defense, the Pentagon knew that several people survived the first strike. Surveillance footage reportedly showed individuals alive in the water after the boat was hit. Despite this, a second strike was ordered, one that completely destroyed the boat and killed the remaining survivors. This second strike is at the heart of the current controversy. Who gave the order? Confusion at the top. At the center of the storm is Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who oversaw the strike operation. Two major contradictions are now under scrutiny. Did Hegseth watch the first strike in real time? Reports say he did. Hegseth now claims he didn't stick around to see what happened afterward. Did he give a spoken order ensuring no survivors? Pentagon officials say such an order was communicated. Hegseth denies using those words. Meanwhile, Admiral Frank M. Bradley, the commander overseeing the mission, is expected to brief Congress privately. He reportedly maintains that the second strike was legally justified and that the survivors still posed a threat. Legal and ethical questions explode. The biggest debate today is whether this second strike, targeting people already wounded or stranded in the water, could be considered a war crime under US or international law. Legal experts argue a person who is incapacitated or no longer resisting is not a legitimate military target. Drug trafficking, even violent drug trafficking, does not automatically create a state of armed conflict. Using military force instead of law enforcement could violate international norms. Human rights groups say the operation resembles an execution, not a military engagement. Congress responds. Full investigation launched. Both House and Senate Armed Services Committees have launched investigations. A classified briefing with Admiral Bradley is scheduled, where lawmakers will demand who exactly authorized the second strike, what intelligence confirmed the boat was a military target, why was no attempt made to rescue survivors, did senior officials mislead the public after the incident. Some lawmakers are calling for the release of the drone footage that captured the moments after the first explosion. The administration defends the strike. The Trump administration insists the operation was legal, justified, and necessary to combat what it calls narco-terrorists. Officials argue that drug trafficking groups operate like armed militias and therefore fall under wartime rules. But critics say this is a dangerous justification that could allow the military to target criminal suspects anywhere, without due process and without transparency. International reaction. Latin American governments, especially in the Caribbean region, have expressed concern about the United States carrying out lethal operations in or near shared waters. Some leaders are demanding to know Why wasn't their government notified? Where is the proof of drug trafficking? Why were survivors fired upon instead of rescued? International law experts warn that the U.S. might face diplomatic consequences if the operation is ruled unlawful. What comes next? This story is not going away anytime soon. In the coming days, Congress will receive secret briefings. More whistleblowers may come forward. Pressure will grow to release video evidence. Legal groups may file lawsuits or seek international investigations. The central question: was the United States justified in killing survivors? Could shape U.S. military policy for years to come. ExportEdge TV. You're watching ExportEdge TV, bringing you detailed analysis and global news that matters. This story is still developing, and we will continue to bring you the latest updates as more information becomes available. Stay tuned, stay informed, stay ahead with ExportEdge TV.